welcome to today's show. Ask Chef Tony. This, of course, everyone knows is Chef Tony. Me, you may not recognize. I'm the person behind the camera. So I wanted to introduce myself, and it's a little bit different today. We're not doing a cooking show. We have an important announcement to make for the show. We want to thank you, our fans, for watching the show, but we also feel it's our duty to be open and transparent with you guys and let you know everything that's going on. It's a personal issue for Tony, so it's really, I left it up to him to decide when to talk about this, and I guess today is the day.
Today is the day.
Yes. So Tony, I think it was probably about a few months ago when your wife Nicole called me, and I found out that you had had to go to the hospital for an emergency procedure. That was my first indication that there was something serious going on, and I didn't realize until later how serious it was. So maybe you can take us back to that point and tell us exactly what was happening in your life.
Yes. So I start actually having some heavy symptoms. I start noticing abnormality. Didn't 100% bother me, but you know, when you're alone, naked in the shower, you notice things that you don't notice when you're on stage fully dressed.
Right.
Being my feet swelling up, looking a little puffy, having maybe the skin more sensitive in certain areas. I was telling my wife that I felt a little bit not as usual weekend, and she didn't like it, and she wanted to take me to the emergency room. So I go, sincerely, I go to the emergency room I left a piece of salmon on the counter, and the whole drive there, and as the doctors are talking, I'm putting a recipe together. That's how I function. All I think about is, for me, for you, for everybody, all I think about, it's how what am I going to come up with next in terms of food. The person that took care of me at the ER clearly said to me, "Mister, you're about to have a major organ failure. You are staying here tonight." And I honestly said, "But what about the salmon?" I was confused, like, what are you talking about? I was fine. I was taking a shower, my feet are swollen. I said, yes, I'll tell you what's going on. Before you know, this was winter. They booked a procedure where they had to extract fluid from my body because they were building up. My body was not doing it on its own. The liver being questioned. Actually, it's not a question. The liver being the star of this show in this case. So I ended up staying in the hospital for several days. Never had the salmon. I don't even know what happened to the salmon, honestly, but I know what happened to me. Started on a regimen, and that's where pills start. We need to control this in a different way. But it was believed pharmaceutically and with a minor intervention here and there, it could have been managed easy. Everybody was confident. Things start getting better. So confidence is all over the place until things start getting worse again. So I had to have infusions, continue, increase pills. test after test, we see that we are not going anywhere. We're stalling. At this point, I have a full team really focusing on what's going on, and realized that we were basically just wasting time. We got down to the last resort. Last resort was, first of all, forget all the pills. I was told that there is a new plan. When I asked what the new plan was, there was a little bit of silence. And they said, actually, we do not have a plan. That there is only one thing to do here, and that was transplant the organ that by now it's in such bad shape that there is nothing else we can do about it. We got to get that thing out of your body and get you a new one. That was exactly the way it was put. Very surreal situation. My wife was there, so I managed not to pass out. And I said, okay, then let's do that. And a whole bunch of people started moving right away on it. Now my wife had to go to work. I found myself on a train, on an hour train, from the Big Apple of New York City to the suburb where I live, where we are today. I was down, I cannot deny, I share a few tears between me and the seat in front of me. The person collecting tickets came, and I was looking at her like, what do you want? And she said, nothing, I just want a ticket. I was like, oh yeah, it's supposed to be a ticket. And then she said, something is wrong with you, sir? I said, no, coming from an hospital that gave me some not so good news. And she called the other attendant on the train and said, we have a rider with a special need, keep an eye on him. I was in between crying and laughing all the way home, where I crashed on the bed and tried to pull this together, what this exactly meant. Well, it meant is actually what it meant. I need a transplant. Of course, we kept my kids being on the young side in the dark for a while, until recent. My wife especially has been there. So we've been studying around, and we as a team, meaning family, doctors, and myself, all in the same team, that, and when I say family, I also include Jeff, because he's part of the family at this point, that it was best to perform this procedure in another state. So it involves me relocating to the state temporarily with an open ticket, so to speak, without having a specific time of when this whole thing will be done. I will be, and I am already encountering also the financial impact of this is going to take on everybody, family and etc. And I'm already thanking everybody for helping so far. There have been a lot of friends already volunteering and helping in different ways. But it does involve me relocating there, as I said, which lodging, food, the typical stuff that we all have to do, except that I have to worry about two, because I cannot give up everything here in New York just a little step back. Also to let you know some people might ask, so what's going on with the Ask Chef Tony show? Well, Ask Chef Tony show is here to stay, 100%, no question about it.
Well, we have a lot.
We have a lot of
things we shot before.
old, not old, but we have a lot of
Footage.
material and
Exactly.
footage that we've been shooting all along. We will be working on that. We made friends that we might
Invite on the show.
invite on. We had on the show, or were planned to be on the
Yes,
show,
exactly.
and they will be on the show. You know who you are. But there is most important. There is going to be more filming from whatever location I am. You're not going to get rid of me. We're going to find something fun. I might come back with a new liver. It's going to be Ask Chef Tony no matter what.
Plus liver.
Plus a liver. Plus a new liver. Yes.